Here's one reason why you won't see many Jews converting to Mormonism anytime soon. I kid you not, a Mormon actually wrote this on a video where someone who had recorded the video in the first place was being totally anti-Semitic. And he says, quote, "Sorry to say, but Jews are materialistic in life and in death. Jews don't believe in the afterlife. They only believe in the here and now. That is why I am a Mormon." Well, first, we need to correct that Mormon guy. And obviously, you could also wonder why Jason Chaffetz is a Mormon, but he is for some reason. And, by the way, he usually pronounces his name Chaffetz or Chaffetz, but if you want to get into an argument over that, I mean, it really would be Chaffetz or Chaffetz, but whatever, back to the point. So you gotta wonder why Congressman Chaffetz is a Mormon after comments like that, but first, he says, this guy who's a Mormon, he says, Jews are materialistic in life and in death. I don't know how materialistic living in the shtetls was, and I certainly don't know how materialistic being, for example, on a family farm when you could have lived in the shtetls where you may have done better off. I just don't know how materialistic that was. And he says, Jews don't believe in the afterlife. They only believe in here and now. For certain groups of Jewish people, that's absolutely true. But the majority of Jewish people, if they don't believe in the afterlife, they believe that's all the more reason why you need to be less materialistic, because you're going to be going anyway. So what's the point of keeping your stuff? Maybe except within your family and friends, passing it down, things like that. But also the most important thing is to give things away to charity. And if there is an afterlife, you'd better really be charitable and do good and whatever else you're going to do, because you will be judged based on your works, based on this principle called Tikkun HaOlam, which means reparation of the world. And so when people say, oh, Jews are materialistic, they're totally missing the point. Now, are there some Jewish people who are materialistic? Absolutely. You look at Bernie Madoff, you look at George Soros, you look at people like them, but they obviously don't take Torah or the rest of Tanakh seriously, and they obviously don't believe in an afterlife, nor in the principle that if you don't believe in an afterlife, you may as well just give all your stuff, because if there's no afterlife, what's the point of having anything? Just pass it down. So they believe that it's all about getting the goods while you can, where you can, and how you can. But as I said, most Jewish people who are not going to believe in an afterlife are going to be more willing to basically be more charitable, because they figure, hey, if there's no afterlife, then what's the point of having all this stuff? Why not just pass it down and give it away to people who need it in this life? And if there is an afterlife, we're going to be judged based on Tikkun HaOlam, and that's for those who do believe in an afterlife. They know that there's going to be more. And this guy also said, Jews are materialistic and in life and in death. Well, we're not so much. I mean, there are some who are materialistic in death in terms of they believe that all you got to do is have good works. It's basically all about you. There's this whole concept of Gan Eden and Ha'olam Haba, and it's a very, very selfish and narrow view, but that's because those who believe in that kind of afterlife either don't have a hope in a Messiah or don't have the Messianic Jewish concept of the Messiah or a Messiah, depending on what way you look at it. And there are many Jews who are not materialistic about the afterlife. And as I said, particularly Messianic Jews will not be materialistic about the afterlife because those of us who are Messianic Jewish know that there's much more in the afterlife than being materialistic, and actually the whole point of the afterlife is not to be materialistic. The afterlife isn't about us, although we'll certainly have rewards there. It's more about, you know, did you have faith? Were you saved? And who are you going to worship in the afterlife? And not only that, but who are you going to be in the afterlife? So, to blanketly stereotype Jews as this one Mormon did, as I said, makes you wonder why Congressman Jason Chaffetz is a Mormon, and also makes you want to correct those stereotypes that Mormon made immediately.